Welcome back to Education Excellence, my dear friends. I'm sure all the videos and the video making that is involved in order to reach out to you to help you solve all your doubts and difficulties are going exactly as per our expectations. You are also getting immense amount of benefits from these videos as they help you for the purpose of future references. I would urge you, request you to kindly give your comment or the feedback after watching the video so that we get to know about your suggestions, your likes and your feedback. Your feedback makes lots of difference to us, so I'm sure you will surely do the needful. Thank you so much. Let's get back to our question. Question number 1, exercise 10B, arithmetic progression. Kindly pay attention, my dear friends. These are all more or less the word problems, not directly given to us, so we have to interpret and make it into a simpler language. What it says, in an AP, 10 times of its 10th term, 10 times of its 10th term is 30 times of 30th term. So 10 times the 10th term is equal to 30 times the 30th term. Since we know the equation, we will simply substitute the values and find out. Later on we have to find T40 also, but as you know, the first thing is to find out the parameter. So 10 times 10 multiplied by, what is T10? Sir, T10 would be A plus 9B, absolutely perfect, equals to 30 A plus 29B. Can we cancel 0, 0? Absolutely yes. What do you get? A plus 9B, which will be equal to 3 into A, 3A, plus 29 into 3, 87B. Can we shift everything on the other side? Yes, sir. So what will happen? 3A plus 87B minus A minus 9B. Since everything got shifted that side, this will be equated to 0. 3A minus A, that would be 2A. 87 minus 9, that will give you 78D. My dear friends, please pay attention what I am going to do from here. Can I take 2 common outside? Yes, sir. So this is 2 common outside. What remains? A plus. This will become 39D. A is equal to 0. My dear friends, what we have to find? Sir, we have to find the value of T40. You know what? Assume A plus 3D in this example is 0. Mark it 1. Since you have to find T40, what is T40? A plus 39D. We already found out the value of A plus 39D. So T40 is nothing but 0. It was such a simple question but very nicely arranged. 10 times the 10th term is equal to 30 times the 30th term. Find T40. 10 times, we know 10th term is A plus 9B equal to 30, A plus 29B. When you solve this, you arrive at A plus 3D equals to 0. Since A plus 3D equals to 0 is an equation, we cannot proceed anything further from here on. So we try and find out the value of T40. T40 is A plus 39D. Since the value of A plus 39D is already found as 0, we will substitute, so we get the value of T40. So this is how we got the value of T40. Check the second question. What does it say? Second question says, how many 2-digit numbers are divisible by 12? So I say smallest 2-digit number divisible by 12 by 3 is 12. So we have to start our journey with 12. 12 is the smallest 2-digit number. In fact, the smallest 2-digit number is 10. 10 is not divisible by 3. 11 is not divisible by 3. 12 is the smallest 2-digit number which is divisible by 3. After 12, the next number will be, so the next number will be 15, then 18, and so on. You can go on. What is the largest 2-digit number? So 99. Is 99 divisible by 3? Of course, sir. So the smallest two-digit number would be 12. The largest two-digit number would be 99. So in this question, I know A, that is the first term. I also know D, that is a difference. Difference is always the first term, the second term minus the first term. That is 3. Difference is available, A is available. The last term, what is the last term? Tn, which is 99. So what I am interested in finding out the position of this number 99, so that we get to know how many terms are there. So how do you go about? Sir, same thing we have done in the first exercise also. Everything is available. Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. Tn 99 is equal to A. Value of A is 12 plus n minus 1. N minus 1, n we have to find. So n minus will remain as it is into D. What is the value of D? So D is 3. That is 3. 99 minus 12 equals to n minus 1 multiplied by 3. 99 minus 12, 87. N minus 1 multiplied by 3. You can divide 3 ones are, 2s are and 9s are. N minus 1. So n equals to 30. So there are 30 terms. Bit. What is the question? How many two-digit numbers are divisible by 3? So there are 30 numbers which are divisible by 3 and are two-digit numbers. So among two-digit numbers, there are 30 numbers which are divisible by 3. My dear friend, it was a very systematic and a simple question. The only thing is you need to know how to interpret the word problems. These are the language which is very, very important. I hope this is understood and very well digested. Let us move on to the next question. Question number 3. Now, what is mentioned in question number 3? Let us read from the textbook. The exact word. Which terms of AP? The AP is given to us 15, 25. So our main interest is, so this is the series. First term is going to be 15. So D is second term minus the first term. 25 minus 15. So without any hassle, without any problem, we can easily find the value of A and D, and that is what is needed in order to find or solve any question. So they are asking you which term of AP will be 130 more than its 31st term. So let us first find out what is the 31st term. So 31st term would be A plus 30D. So A is given to us as 15 plus 30 multiplied by 10. 15 plus 300, 350. They are asking which term of AP will be 130 more. So which term? Let us say n term, which will be 130 more than 31st term. So I want to find out ऐसा कौन सा term है जो 31st टर्म से 130 ज्यादा है. सो 31st टर्म तो हमको पता है कि इट इज 350 प्लस 130. सो वो जो टर्म है हम जिसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं उसकी वैल्यू होगी 445. मुझे पता करना है कि 445 की पोजीशन इस सीरीज में क्या होगी. आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन फाइंडिंग आउट कि व्हाट वुड बी द पोजीशन ऑफ 445. सही 445 कैसा है आपको? सो दे आर आस्किंग which term of the AP will be 130 more than the 31st term. So I found out 31st term क्या होगा. पता चला 31st term 350 होगा. So जिस term की हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं that has to be 130 more than the 31st term. So we are talking about this term and this term is 130 more than 31st term. So that term has to be 445. लेकिन ये term का number क्या होगा? Which position? So for that we have to find n. So can I say 445 equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. 445 equals to A is 15 plus n minus 1 into 10. 15 will come on this side, so automatically 445 minus 15 will be equal to n minus 1 into 10. This gives 430 equals to n minus 1 into 10. 0 cancels 0. 43 equals to n minus 1. Therefore n equals to 44. So उन्होंने पूछा था हमको कि कौन सा टर्म नंबर होगा. And we got to know. Sir, it will be 44th term. Question is which term of AB? So 44th term of AB will meet the given requirement. Again, an exhibition of a simple question, but very nicely framed, so that we have to use our intelligence to solve this question. Question number 4 is based on the statement which I keep on telling you to repeat. That is, for any AP series, your second term minus first term will always be equal to third term minus second term. Will always be equal to fourth term minus the third term. I hope you remember that. So we have to follow the same thing. What they are asking? They are asking us to find out the value of P. Given that x, 2x plus P, 3x plus 6, they all are in AP. Since it is given that it is in AP, so can I say second term minus first term will be equal to third term minus second term. What is the second term? So 2x plus P. Minus the second term is given minus the first term, which is x. What is the third term? So 3x plus 6. Minus the second term. Second term is 2x plus P. Mind you guys, please make sure that you are making appropriate use of brackets. 2x plus P minus x equals to 3x plus 6 minus 2x minus P. 2x minus x, x plus P. 3x minus 2x, x plus 6 minus P. X gets cancelled. Minus P comes on this side. P plus P equals to 6. 2P equals to 6. Therefore, P equals to 3. Guys, we got the value of P as 3. So now, you can easily match your answer. I'm sure it was a very simple question. Let's move on to the next question. Guys, now when we do question number 5 to 10 or probably the whole exercise, most of the question would be in repetitive nature. I'll give you a hints to solve the questions and you must try and do those questions by yourself. Alright, look at the question. Question number 5. It's mentioned in the third term and the ninth term of the AP. Third term and the ninth term of the AP are 4 and minus 8 respectively. Third term available, ninth term available. So they are interested in finding out what or which term of 8 would be 0. So since third term is available, ninth term is available, let us frame the equation. P3 would be A plus 2D, which is equal to 4, first equation. T9, which is equal to A plus 8D, which is going to be minus 8. That is the second equation. Now actually when we solve this equation, you get the value of A, you get the value of D. What do you have to find? Sir, we have to find out 0 will be which term. So that means after finding the value of A, finding the value of D, it is given that Tn equals to 0. A plus n minus 1 into D equals to 0. Since value of A is available, value of D is available, when you substitute the value of A and D, automatically you will get the value of n. So we get to know that 0 will be located at which term and we'll get the value of n. That is what they have asked us to find. So simple way, solve this simultaneously, get the value of A, get the value of D, substitute over here to get the term number. It's given that 0 is a part of the series, we only have to find out at which term 0 will stand. Look at question number 6. We already did the question number 6 earlier also, same time. Earlier we did with 2 digit, this time it is 3 digit. How many three-digit numbers are divisible by 87? In fact, the lowest three-digit number is 100 and the highest three-digit number is 999. Both are not divisible by 87. The first number that will be a smallest three-digit number which is divisible by 87 would be 87 twos are. That would mean 87 multiplied by 2, that is 14, 16, 17. So 174 would be the smallest number that would be divisible by 87. So we will start with 174. So what is the next number? Of course, for the next number, we will have to add 87 to this. So when you add 87 to this, let us say I want to add 87 to this. So you get 1, 16 and 2. So likewise the series will go on. First term is known to us as 174. Our difference will be of 87 only because these are all the multiples of 87. What will be the last number? We want it to be restricted to a three-digit number. So 87 tens are will be 870. 87 11s are. Of course, we can try and find out what would be 87 11s are. That would be 957. 87 tens are. 87 11s are. We know 87 12s are. If I add 87 to this, it will exceed 999. No point doing that. So the last term would be 957. This is all known to us. So now we know how to project our series. My series will be projected, so the least number, which is a three-digit number, divisible by 87 would be 174. And so the largest three-digit number that can be divisible by 87 would be 957. So A is 174, D is 87. I want to find out Tn equals to 957. I want to find out n. Whatever is a n, that will be the number of terms that belong to this series. How do we find? So Tn equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Tn is given to us as 957, which is a 174. So value of a is 174 plus n minus 1 into 87. I am shifting this on the other side. 957 minus 174 would be n minus 1 multiplied by 87. So when I subtract this, 3, 15 minus 7, 8, 8 minus 1, 7 would be 9, n minus 1 into 87. 87 ones are and 87 nines are. So 87 ones are, 87 nines are. How do we go about? So now we can shift this side. So 9 equals to n minus 1, n equals to 10. My dear friend, as far as the question is concerned, can I say it is a repetitive type of question? A is available, B is available, Tn, the last term is available. You only have to find out the number of terms. Tn equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. I have substituted and found out the value of n. 9 equals to n minus 1, n equals to 10. Question is, how many three-digit number? 10 three-digit number would be there, which will be divisible by 87, which will be a three-digit number. So guys, let's move on to the next question. Next question, question number 7. Of course, question number 7 is a very simple but little interesting in the sense that there is a smart interpretation. They are mentioning that we have one series. The series is 63, 65, 67, 8 series है. इसका nth टर्म क्या है नहीं पता. ये भी एक सीरीज है 3, 10, 17. इसका nth टर्म क्या है नहीं पता. So दोनों का nth टर्म क्या है we don't know. But they are saying that nth term of both the series, what should be the value of n? N की value क्या होनी चाहिए? So that nth term of this series and nth term of this series are same. So my answer would be, sir, for the first one, A equals to 63, D equals to 65 minus 63, that is 2. Nth term we don't know. What about this? So here A is going to be 3. So D will be 10 minus 3, which is 7. What about the nth term? We have no clue. But the nth term of this series and the nth term of this series are same. So can I say 63 plus n minus 1 into D? D applicable over here is 2. Is same as 3. Because A over here is 3 for the second series. N minus 1 into D. What is the value of D? So now when we solve this equation, automatically we will get to know the value of n. 63 plus 2n minus 2 equals to 3 plus 7n minus 7. We can shift this 2n on the other side. 7n minus 2n. 63 minus 2, 61. 3 minus 7, that would be minus 4. Shifted on this side, plus 4. 65 equals to 5n. Therefore, n equals to 30. Very interesting, boss. If you want, you can verify also. Find the 13th term of this series. So, 13th term of this series will be a plus 12b. A is how much? 63. Plus 12. What is the value of d? 2. So, 63 plus 24. That's going to be 87. So, that means if I find the 13th term of this series, is that going to be 87? Of course, check it out. 13th term, if I take this series, A is 3 plus n minus 1, 13 minus 1, 12 into D. D is how much? 7. So my dear friends, 3 plus 84, check it, 87. So arithmetic progression is absolutely systematically arranged. It is one of the beauty of math. This arithmetic progression or a series, later on to be called as sequence and series, play a very dominant and important role in learning many other chapters. It gets synced with so many other chapters that genuinely you are going to enjoy. In most of the financial decisions also, it helps us to be a supporting chapter. Look at question number 9, which is very simple. I keep on reiterating this. Second term minus first term is equal to third term minus second term. That's the peculiarity or characteristics of AP. First term, second term, third term whole series is given to you, which is in AP. You have to find n and find the next two terms. Can I say second term minus the first term is same as third term minus the second term? So 4n minus 1 minus n minus becomes plus. Please don't make any mistake while opening the bracket, my dear friends. Minus 4n minus becomes plus. 4n minus n, 3n minus 1 plus 2, that is plus 1. 5n minus 4n, n. 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 3. Shift this n on this side, so 3n minus n, 2n. Shift this one on the other side. So 3 minus 1, 2. Therefore, n equals to 1. So, can you find out the series? Yes, sir. N minus 2, 4n minus 1, 5n plus 2. When I substitute the value of n as 1, 1 minus 2 minus 1. If I substitute 4 into 1, 4, 4 minus 1, 3. 5, 5 plus 2, 7. I have to find the next two terms. How do I find? Sir, A equals to minus 1. Your D is going to be second term minus the first term. That is 3 plus 1, 4. So we can easily find. Difference of 4, difference of 4. Next term is going to be 11. Next term is going to be 15. Next term is going to be 19. So on and so forth. How you can do is first, second, third term is given to you. So fourth term will be A plus 3D and then substitute the value. Fifth term would be A plus 4D, then substitute the value. You cannot construct orally and write the answer. You have to show that this working. Question number 10, I'm not doing it. It's going to be the same way you have to do it. Find the value of K. First term is given, second term is given, and the third term is given. So your arrangement would be, so second term Second term minus the first term will be same as third term minus the second term. 2k square plus 3k plus 6. Possibility is that, okay fine, let me do this. 2k square, so when I open this, I'm shifting it over here. 2k square plus 3k plus 6 minus k square minus 4k minus 8 is same as 3k square plus 4k, 3k square plus 4k plus 4 minus 2k square minus 3k minus 6. My dear friends, 2k square minus k square, 3k minus, so minus k, 6 minus 2, which is going to be 3k square minus 2k square, k square, 4k minus 3k plus k. After that plus 4 minus 2, k square, k square. This minus k will come on this side, k plus k. Minus 2 goes on that side, minus 2 plus 2. 2k equals to 0, k equals to 0. So my dear friend, you have to find the value of k, and the value of k is 0. So it was a very simple question. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. They are all very simple questions. May I have your attention, please see how easily we can do it. It's given to us that there are 57 terms in a series. Seventh term is 13. So can I say a plus 6b equals to 13. That's the first equation. 57th term, they have mentioned the nth term, but n is 57. So 57th term would be 108. So a plus 56b would be 108. Guys, you all know how to find out value of a and value of d by doing simultaneous equation. Once you find the value of a, find the value of d, please find P45. P45 will be a plus 44d. Substitute the value of a, substitute the value of d, and you get the answer to this question. So that is your question number 12. Look at question number 13. I am reading from the textbook for your understanding what is mentioned in the question. So it says, question number 13, fourth term of AP, so fourth term of AP is 3 times its first term. Fourth term is 3 times its first term. First term is always a. So that is the first equation. So if I analyze it, fourth term is 3 times the first term. Fourth term is a plus 3d will be equal to 3a. So can I say, I am shifting this a on the other side. 3d equals to 2a. If you wish, you can make it in the form of an equation. 2a minus 3d equals to 0. That forms the first equation. Basic thing. Read further what it says. It says 7th term exceeds. So 7th term is greater than. So 7th term minus. So 7th term exceeds twice the third term. 7th term minus 2 times the third term and exceeds by just 1. So if I substitute this, so T7 minus 2 times T3 is 1. What is T7, sir? A plus 6D minus 2 times A plus T3 is 2D equals to 1. A plus 6D minus 2A minus 4D equals to 1. A minus 2A minus A. 6D minus 4D plus 2D equals to 1. Just to keep this positive, I am multiplying by minus 1 on both the sides, changing sides on both the sides. So I am changing the signs. Minus a becomes a, plus becomes minus, plus becomes minus. This is my second equation. First equation known to us, second equation known to us. Can we solve them simultaneously? Yes, sir. We can multiply this by 2. If you do so, 2a minus 4d equals to minus 2. This is your equation number 3. Solve equation number 1 and 3 simultaneously. When you do so, you get the value of a, you get the value of d. More importantly, in this question, you should strike this balance. Fourth term is 3 times the first term. 7th term exceeds, so minus. 7th term exceeds twice the third term, by 1. So that's how we get to know how we have to do it. Question number 13 done. What about question number 14? Again same, twisting of the words. The sum of the second term and the 7th term of the AP is 30. Second term and the 7th term is 30. We know okay, second term means a plus d. We even know 7th term means a plus 6d, which is equal to 30 is the first equation. A plus a, 2a. D plus this, 7d equals to 30. We got our first equation easily. Look at the further reading of the question. If it's 15th term, so 15th term is means equal to, is 1 less means I have to subtract 1 from what? So they say that its 15th term is 1 less than twice of its 8th term. Twice means 2 times 8th term. So what do we do? So T15 can be written as a plus 14d equals to 2 times. T8 can be written as a plus 7d minus 1. A plus 14d equals to 2a plus 14d minus 1. My dear friends, a plus 14d, that is your 15th term. 2. Now multiply, if you get 14d gets cancelled. Over here, there is no need to do simultaneous also. 2a minus 1, shift this minus 1 on the other side and a on this side. The 2a minus a, you will get a as 1. My dear friend, a is 1. If you substitute over here, so automatically you will get to know your d is 4. So we have found out the value of a, we have found out the value of d. They are asking us find the value of a and the value of d. After finding the value of a and d, will you be able to construct AP? Of course, sir. How will you construct AP? So the first term is going to be 1. Since the difference is 4, next number is 5, next number is 9, next number is 13, next number is 17, and so the AP is constructed. So well said. Look at question number 16. I'll do question number 15 little later on. First we will do question number 16. Series is given to us 3, 10, 17. So can I say A equals to 3? B equals to the second term minus the first term. Second term minus the first term, which is 7. They have mentioned, find the term, I don't know which term it's going to be. Find the term which is 84 more than the 13th term. Earlier also we have done this in the first exercise, wherein it was asked to us, find the term which is 130 more than some other term. So same to same question is getting repeated. You have to find the term which is 84 more than the 13th term. Since I don't know which term is this, let us find out. This could be written as a plus 12d plus 84. A value available plus 12. Value of d, sir, available plus 84. So can I say 3 plus 12 into 7, that's 84. 84 plus 84, 168 and 171. So we know that Tn equals to 171. but they don't want Tn. They want to find out which term would be 171. So we can easily find out which term is going to be 171. Why? Because we also have with us value of a and b. Tn equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. What is the value of Tn? 171. A is 3. N minus 1 into d. What is the value of d? 7. So 171 minus 3 will be n minus 1 into 7. This is going to be 168. N minus 1 into 7. 7 ones are, 7 twos are 14 and 7 fours are. So 24 equals to n minus 1. Therefore n equals to 25. We got our answer as 25. So the term number would be 25 for this question. Such a simple question they were. Let us move on to question number 15 and question number 11. Both would be done together. Alright. Let us start with question number 11, guys. Please pay attention. This is a very simple question. It is given that A, B and C are in AP. Since A, B and C are in AP, therefore second term minus the first term, is same as third term minus the second term. Since this is known to us, you can mark it as 1. The most important characteristics of AP is, sir, the difference between the two consecutive number is going to be same. That is called as a constant. So we have to prove that 4A, 4B, 4C, they are in AP. Now that is possible only when, now 4A, 4B and 4C, we have to prove that, 4A, 4B, 4C are in AP. This is possible only if 4A, that means the second term, minus the first term is same as the third term minus the second term. If I can prove this, that means my work is done. If you observe the first equation, B minus A equals to C minus B. This is the first equation. If I multiply the first equation by 4, what do you get? So 4 times B minus A equals to 4 times C minus B, which means 4B minus 4A equals to 4C minus 4B. Since it is proved that 4B minus 4A equals to 4C minus 4B, therefore 4A, 4B and 4C are in AP. I told you it's a very simple question. For any series to be proved as in AP, we only have to verify whether the second term minus first term is same as third term minus second term. Let us move on to question number 15. Now check question number 15. It's given to us the nth term is n. The nth term is m. Of course, yes. This question is one of the most difficult question of the entire exercise B. But if you follow the rules, I mean, like, you will be able to do it very easily. Nth term, Tm will be equal to A plus m minus 1 into d. What is Tm given to us? So it's given to us as n equals to A plus m minus 1 into d. So call it as a first equation. What about this one? So Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into d. That's the normal formula. But the value of Tn is n. So n equals to A plus n minus 1 into d. That is the second equation. Now tell me what is common between 1 and 2. Sir, best part is A is common. You can see there is A in both of them. The first one also as well as the second one also. So let us make A as a subject. If that was so, can I say A equals to, in this example, can I say A equals to n, I'm shifting everything that side, minus m minus 1 into d? Yes sir, absolutely right. Here also if I want A as a subject, so what can I do? Sir, M minus N minus 1 into D would be A. Perfect. 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is A. Check it out. This is A. Even this is A. If I equate both the A, what do I get? So if you equate both the A, you will get M minus N minus 1 into D, that will be equal to N minus N minus 1 into D. Sir, this is what you are going to do. Can we solve it further? Let us try. N, bring everything on one side. M, if this will come on this side, it will become minus N. If this will come on this side, it will become plus M minus 1 into D minus N minus 1 into D equals to 0. So my dear friends, I have not done anything new. If you go to see, if you check this, what I have done is I have equated A to A, both are same. I am bringing everything on one side. Now if you believe M minus N, what is common between these two? Sir, D is common. If D is common, what remains? M minus 1 minus, so minus N plus 1. Check it out. M minus 1 minus minus and minus into minus plus. This is equals to 0. Plus 1 minus 1 cancels. M minus N plus D. What remains? M minus N equals to 0. In short, M minus N is common. What remains? Say M minus N is common. We are left with 1 plus D equals to 0. In short, M minus N equals to 0. Or 1 plus D equals to 0. I am more interested in finding out the value of D, and I got the value of D as minus 1. Guys, value of D is available. Value of A is also available. A is available, D is available. B equals to minus 1 and A is available over here. We can make use of this A or that A, will not make any difference. We have already reached the conclusion. We just have to now substitute the values. Since we have to find the value of t raised to r, we have to prove that the r term would be this. Let us find out r term. Tr will be a plus r minus 1 into d. So guys, tell me what is the value of a. See, this is the value of a given to us. M minus n minus 1 into d. This is purely a value of a. I am taking this as a value of a. A plus r minus 1 into d. So what is the value of d? So the value of d is minus 1. Can I put minus 1 and minus 1 here? Absolutely. So m minus n minus 1 into minus 1 plus r minus 1 into minus 1. When you open it, n minus into minus plus n. Again, minus into minus plus. Now check over here, there are how many minus? If this minus comes over here, in case if there is any confusion in your mind, minus into minus plus, immediately you can remove this. And now you can open. Plus n minus 1. Again this minus 1, you can bring it over here. And automatically this will be removed. So minus 1 into r minus r. Minus into minus plus 1. Check it out. Plus 1 minus 1 cancels. And of course your tr term would be m plus n minus r. The only thing that I would like to say about this is that you have to discipline yourself. This is one of the most toughest sum of entire exercise. We know the formula for t and we know the formula for t, and here there is not a problem. I made a as a subject. Here also I made a as a subject. You could have taken any a. So both the a's are equated. You can check it, this a and this a. I have equated them and I got the solution wherein I found the value of d as minus 1. This was the toughest part. After knowing the value of d as minus 1 and a as this, you have to simply substitute the values to get your desired answer. With this, your entire exercise, that means 10B, is done with. Now when we begin with 10C, we will definitely have a new formula to find out something different with respect to understanding and exploring AP series. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I would request you to kindly give your feedback, your suggestion by way of your comment. Thank you so much, guys.